Hello, America. Welcome to Culture Club USA. I'm DiBRAVA. And today's riddle is, when cat is trapped in the hat, darkness befalls the valley. When the mouse beats the trap for the cheese, the birds rejoice in the alley. But when the hat is retrieved and the cat is freed, the rodents scatter as only the swift succeed. Okay, in today's episode, we'll cross the pond with Piers Morgan, where we'll check out interactions between Candace Owens, Mark Lamont Hill, and Lord Jamar as they debate the conundrum of the Democratic Party's iron grip on the black vote. Let's get into it.
Let me just move to the stuff that went viral with you, Lord Jamar. This is your stuff about Kamala Harris, which, are you surprised about the amount of pickup that got?
A little bit, yeah. But not really, because I think people are a little shocked that someone like me, you know, from a group Brand Nubian that they feel is pro-black, why would I come out in support of Donald Trump or go against a Kamala Harris who they are trying to put up as a black woman, and I don't see him.
Now, that's crazy. This is Lord Jamar. You know, he's from a very famous group, music group, Brand Nubian, and they're pro-black. Now, for him to be sitting here saying this, Kamala has a problem, okay? Kamala has a problem because people look to him. People, you know, he has a long history of being pro-black. So if he's not buying it, how many others do you think actually are? Very interesting.
Well, let me. I'm going to play first of all the Barack Obama clip, and then I'm going to play the clip that you said in response to it. Let's play the two.
Okay, so first of all, in case you are not aware, this clip here went viral, okay? And not in a good way for the Democratic Party or Barack Obama or Kamala Harris. This is Barack, okay, telling people why they need, basically, it's him saying, if you don't vote for Kamala, you're not black. If you don't vote for Kamala and you're black, you have a problem with women. I mean, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. And it didn't work out well for him. So let's play this clip for those of you who haven't seen it.
And you're coming up with all kinds of reasons and excuses. I've got a problem with that. Because part of it makes me think, and I'm speaking to men directly now.
He's speaking to men directly now, okay? This is where he goes terribly wrong. Let me just roll that back. He's speaking to men directly. He's speaking to black men, really.
Makes me think, and I'm speaking to men directly now. Part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president. And you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for it.
Do you see what he just did? Is that not the craziest thing you have ever heard? This is how you know that Barack Obama has lost it and that the Democratic Party is desperate. See, they thought that they were going to get all black voters to vote for Kamala just based on the fact that, number one, she's allegedly black, right? Which most of them don't believe, especially after what Candace Owens has exposed, and the fact that she's a woman. Now, if you're a man and you're going against that, or you're using logic as to why you're voting for who, now you're not a man. Now you're a man who hates women. Now you're a misogynist. You see the subliminal things he's doing here? And it's actually not even very subliminal. It's pretty blatant. Crazy. They've lost their minds.
And now I want to play the clip from Lord Jamar talking about that.
Well, I feel that she's so bad that guess what? I might just go around and vote for Trump. And this is my first time saying this out loud. But y'all think you're going to shame somebody or bully into voting for this? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And now you're going to make me be Mr. Anti. You keep coming at me with this bullshit. You keep coming at me talking about, oh, it's a shame that you're not supporting a black woman. She's not black.
Now, Mark, you know,
Now that was Lord Jamar. That's the clip that went viral from him, which is why he is sitting here on Piers Morgan. This is hysterical. I mean, I can't believe that they actually, meaning the Democratic Party, actually believed that the people are stupid. We don't believe you. You need more people. Okay? My favorite line.
you know, let me ask you honestly, Mark, if this had been the other way round, if this had been, hang on, Jamal, Lord Jamal, I'll come to you in a sec. I just want to get their reaction to what we've just played because it's gone viral, as I said. But Mark, you know, if it had been the other way round, if you had a former white president saying you've got to vote for Trump if you're white, you'd have gone absolutely nuts. So why is it okay for Barack Obama to order black people to vote for Kamala Harris, given how unpopular she currently is to the extent where Trump is ahead in 5 of the 7 swing states? Why should they?
That's why Piers Morgan has that job. What he just said right there. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if a white ex-president like Bush came out and said, if you don't vote for Trump, okay, you're not X, Y, and Z. You're this. Imagine just because he's white. If you're not voting for a white man, okay, then you're not a man. I mean, hello? We know what would happen if that ever came to fruition. I mean, really?
So, a couple of things. First, no one should vote for anybody based on identity politics. You should never vote for somebody because
So Obama's
they're
wrong.
black, right? Yeah, Obama's wrong. I mean, I didn't vote for him.
I love that.
Obama's wrong. Yeah, Obama's wrong.
Oh, this is funny. This is funny because he's a hardcore leftist. Mark Lamont Hill, you're talking about hardcore leftist. Now he's like, I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for Obama. So now what? So basically, you're using identity politics right there because what you're trying to portray is that you are black and you didn't vote for a black man. So that's not identity politics. I mean, come on. These games that they play are just absolutely ridiculous, okay? We see through it. We're smarter than you think.
Wrong. Yeah, Obama's wrong. Yeah, so
We all agree.
But we don't all agree though, because I don't think though. I think Obama's wrong for several reasons in that video. But Obama's not arguing that you should vote for Kamala Harris because she's black. He's arguing you should vote for them because you're black. In other words, she best represents your interests. If I were running right, and if I'm a Green Party member,
That's
right?
not what he
Historically, I
was
haven't
saying.
voted Democrat.
He was playing the race card. He was playing a skin color card. He was saying if you are black, you have a duty to vote for the black candidate.
Yes.
You don't.
Listen,
As Lord Jamal rightly said in his furious rant about it, why? Why should he be told who to vote for?
Okay, first of all, Piers, again, you just said I'm bringing in the race card when the question you asked me was, should Obama be telling people
I
to
said
vote for people because
Obama
they're
played
black?
the race card, not you. I said Obama did.
Oh, then I misheard you. I apologize. I misheard you. I'm wrong. You're right. So
Of course he did. He misheard him now. See how all the deflects, like, you know, it's like this. This is what they do. When you hear Candace speak, right, it's just a straightforward thing, right? When you just heard Lord Jamar speak, right, it's just a straightforward thing. Piers Morgan is just basic straight. These Democrats and leftists, it's always this. You know, Cenk Uygur does the same thing. He does the same thing. It's all these redirects and I didn't hear you. Oh, my mic's not working. What? Oh, no, that's not. Let me bring it back here. I mean, it's actually entertaining at this point because I don't think anybody takes any of these people on the left seriously. You can't.
right. So to the point, Obama is saying that black people, again, I disagree with him, but let's disagree with him for the right reason. He's saying that as black people, vote your interest. Don't reject this person. As a black person, you should vote for the person that uplifts the black community. That's her. And don't let your patriarchy, don't let your hatred of women, don't let your this make you not do it. My issue with it is it frames black people and black men in particular as pathological and people who act against their interests and acts as if black men don't. Also, it's ahistorical. Black men actually do vote Democrat. I argue more than they should. So I think it's wrong for lots of reasons. I disagree with Jamar, though, my brother, calling her. And again, I heard a bleep. I've been in the hood a long time. From that context, it sounded like you were calling her the B word. I couldn't see it, but I heard it. I'm not going to vote for that. Bleep sounded like the B word. I can't imagine a circumstance where we need to call her that. in real life and or in music, and there's just no reason for that. She doesn't deserve that anymore.
Now he's playing the conservative card. All of a sudden, now Democrats can do anything. They can take their clothes off. They can be pedophiles. They can do trafficking, all these things, right? All that's fine, right? It's fine. It's fine for them to bring their music people that are spewing all this hate against women and everything as long as they're endorsing Kamala. Okay? Now, if he was calling Donald Trump Hitler or the F word or anything else, he wouldn't have any problem with that, now would he? Of course not. Of course not. You have to redirect and redirect and redirect and redirect. And by the way, again, Kamala Harris has been the vice president for 4 years. Okay? What has she done for black people? What has she done for black people throughout her entire career? Huh? 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 Your president, Kamala, Joe Biden, right? Right? Had a lot to do with the 1994 crime bill. Did you try to help him repeal that? Did you do anything about that? Are you helping, since you're in the criminal space, are you helping all the black people that have been in jail for nonsense get out? Oh no, now you want to talk about what you're going to do, but you didn't do it when you had the chance to. You're still in office right now. What are you doing? You're running around from Call Her Daddy podcast to The View, campaigning. You're not doing anything for the people, which is what you're probably going to continue to do as president if you are elected. A whole lot of nothing.
More than she deserves to be told that she's not qualified to run a Dunkin' Donuts. Those types of comments, I think, are unnecessary, even if you might agree that black people shouldn't be sheep. How does she disrespect you?
By placating to me, by giving me word salads and all kind of nonsense, acting like she doesn't have to answer questions, being the artful dodger. That's very disrespectful.
You think she deserves to be called a B for that?
Well, listen, first of all, the platform I was on was a different kind of platform. You know what I mean? It's a much looser platform. It's more hip hop orientated. And if she wants to get down, act like she's black, well,
she is black, man. She is black. That's the other piece. I don't want to interrupt Candace. I know Candace got stuff.
Here's the thing. She has no problem hanging around Fat Joe, bringing Fat Joe to the White House with all his problems going on. Okay, with all the stuff he talks about, okay? Is she coming at him saying, you shouldn't talk about women that way? Is she coming at him, you should be hanging around that rapper because that rapper puts women down? I mean, what are we, Christian rappers now? What is this, like the Christian rap group now? I mean, give me a break. You're running around with Jay-Z and Beyonce. Are you sitting here telling me Jay-Z's never said a bad thing about women? What planet are you on? It's all about okay for them to do it and not okay for you. You see? That's the game they play. That's the game they play. And then they want to use this in the conservative space. Well, guess what? We're not buying it anymore.
I want to hear Candace. Black. I'm sorry. She is black. And you're being particularly hypocritical, bro.
He's not.
Bro, you've been real hypocritical.
Let me clear two things up. First of all, Piers, you had a guest on named VJ or something that said I never voted or something like that. I don't know where he pulled that out his ass from, but yes, I have voted before. I actually voted for Obama the first time around. I got caught in that nonsense. But also, that comment that you're showing me was not in response to what Obama said. I said that prior to Obama coming out trying to be the father of, black men and all this type of stuff. Right. But it sounded like it went with it.
It did, yeah.
But in response, listen, Barry, you're not our father, and we're not going to just, you're not going to shake the finger of condemnation at us and think that you're going to shame us into doing what you want. We're not. We're waking up as black people right now, and we're thinking for ourselves, and we're not just going along with the Democratic Party. First of all, I'm a registered independent, so don't act like I'm waving the Republican flag. But when it comes to leadership and all this type of thing, I don't see why we're trying to give this woman a promotion. She had one job, which was the border. She failed at that. They kept her in the background this whole time. I saw what they were going to do with her from the beginning, and I don't feel that she's the one. I'm sorry.
Now, that's why he is in the group Brand Nubian, okay? Because he's smart, okay? This isn't Chief Keef we're listening to here, all right? You picked the wrong one. I mean, let's just talk about what he just said. You had one job, sweetheart. It's called the border. You couldn't even do that, okay? You couldn't even handle that. You couldn't even clean that up. How is anyone supposed to take Kamala Harris seriously? All right? For real. How are we supposed to take her seriously? You did absolutely nothing but gaggle and cackle and laugh like a hyena, okay, your entire 4 years. You did nothing. You can't even admit to the fact when you're on The View that, yeah, Joe Biden had cognitive issues, okay? You're on your ABC interview. You couldn't even admit to the fact that, yeah, he was declining. You can't even admit to the fact that you weren't chosen. You never have been. You weren't chosen when you ran for president the first time, okay? Less 1% of the vote, something like that. And you weren't chosen now because Joe Biden was chosen. Joe Biden was chosen. You weren't even vetted. You were placed. You were installed. Okay?
By the way, you are absolutely
no
She didn't
more.
have that.
I know, Jamar, you are perfectly entitled. I want to bring in Candace, who's been waiting patiently. I mean, Candace, this whole sort of premise, and I'm glad Lord Jamar clarified he said that before Obama spoke, although his answer clearly would have been exactly the same. The response would have been the same because it's all part of the same thing, which is this sort of weird thing, which frankly is quite racist. There's another way to look at it, that you should judge according to your skin color and feel a duty, a compulsion to do so, seems to me to be racist.
It is fundamentally racist, and it's something that I think Black people are right to be upset about. And then there's also this. You are correct to say that there is nothing about Kamala Harris or Barack Obama, for being frank, that is Black. I covered this on my show yesterday, went through Barack Obama's history. There is something that is very cartoonish about them working to Blackify a politician before they run for office. And what I mean by that is, like, Barry Soetoro, first 8 years of his life grew up in Indonesia. Okay. Then he was with his white mother and his Indonesian stepfather. He then went to Hawaii, which had a population of just 5,000 Black people. 86% of them were in the military, and attended a school that is $31,000 per year. And it was all white people. He was raised by his white grandparents, the Dunnans. He's never lied about this, by the way. He then went off to college and had a white dorm mate, dated a white woman. There's nothing about Barack Obama's history that gives him, in my viewpoint, like the stepping ground to be talking to the brothers about the Black American experience. If you've ever even been to Hawaii, it doesn't even feel like America. Genuinely, it feels like we took this country from an Asian country, took this state from an Asian country. And so when you realize that, and you see how right before they run, suddenly the story changes. They drop a book and they work to Blackify themselves. Obama didn't know his father, his Kenyan father, growing up. And now all of a sudden he wants to lean into this stereotype. To me, it feels like they're both wearing blackface. I can't sort through all of Kamala's various accents. There's so many of them. She's in front of a Latina crowd. Suddenly she's Selena, and she's speaking like a Latina. And then she's in front of a Jamaican crowd and she's dropping man. I can't deal with it. It is way too much Hollywood acting for me. Then she's got the black accent going and, girl, what are you talking about? She's in front of a white crowd. She's speaking like a California Valley girl. I don't trust it. Yeah, I just do not trust somebody that slips that quickly through so many personalities. There's nothing about her upbringing, extraordinarily wealthy. Just she was sworn in Congress as an Indian American. Her mother is Indian. She grew up with an Indian experience and was proud of that until she ran for office for president of the United States. And that is something that I am not comfortable with. I do not accept this narrative that she should be speaking about herself as a Black woman. It's not okay, and I fully reject it.
Okay.
Now, look, she's all 100% right there, right? But let's be real. Kamala's not the first presidential nominee or VP or anybody in government to run around acting like they're Black in front of Black people. Look at Hillary. I got hot sauce in my bag and all this nonsense. Or when they get into a Latin crowd, act like Latin. They do. All of them do it. Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton. I mean, you gotta be kidding me. And I mean, none of them do it well. So this is the thing. The Democrats have become lunatics, Okay, that entire thing with Joe Biden showing up on Hot 97 saying, "Well, if you don't vote, if you vote for Trump, you ain't black." I mean, even him, he be talking black. Look at old clips of him. They all have done this from the beginning of time. It's nothing new, and it's something that needs to end. Okay, who are these people really? I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine if Vivek Ramaswamy, okay, was the nominee right now, and running around, people are running around, and Mindy Kaling was like, "If you don't vote for Vivek, then you are not Indian. Now, you must vote for Vivek. Every Indian in this country must vote for Vivek, because if you don't vote for Vivek, you're not Indian. And that's all I have to say about that." Now, I'm Mindy Kaling, and you get what I'm saying? I mean, it's ridiculous on all parties.
Mark, I just want to play you a quick clip of Kamala Harris talking to Roland Martin, listing all the reasons Trump is dangerous for black people. I'll get your response.
He is not looking out for folks when he was a landlord.
This woman sat with Roland Martin. I can't. Will you just look at these optics? Does this even look right to you guys? I mean, come on. Look, this is the Vice President of the United States. Okay, she's with Fat Joe 1 minute. She's sitting with Roland Martin now. She's with Call Her Daddy. How can anybody take any of this seriously? Okay, this is what these optics right here is what you call unserious people in serious jobs. Unserious people in serious jobs. This is laughable.
Is not looking out for folks when he is.
What did she say?
Trump is dangerous for black people. I'll get your response.
He is not looking out for folks when he was a landlord and would not rent to black families.
That's a lie.
Sued for it. When he took out a full-page ad in the New York Times against those 5 teenagers, black and Latino, who were innocent.
You know what? Look, okay, people make mistakes. Okay, let me just tell you something. She needs to keep her mouth shut when it comes to anything as far as people in jail or being incriminated when they shouldn't be. This is the same woman that was literally withholding evidence on cases and sending those inmates to go fight California fires. Okay? Don't even get me started with her. She's nuts.
Latinos who were innocent, saying they should be executed in Central Park 5. When you look at the first black president of the United States, and he had birther lines, and now you look at black immigrants, legal immigrants in Springfield, Ohio, and he gets on a debate stage and says they're eating their pets? Come on. This man is dangerous.
They were eating their pets. They were slaughtering their pets and hanging them right in front of these people. They were. It's on video. Okay, look, see, they just get up and lie. They just make things up. They just make things up. See, here's the thing. Like I always said, there was a video that Elon Musk tweeted about a girl who says, now it has not been proven, that allegedly Kamala Harris, when she was the DA, was driving drunk the wrong way down a one-way street, and her mother just left the movies and we're walking across the street. But if it's a one-way street and the traffic is coming this way and you look that way, but a person driving the wrong way is coming that way, came down and she hit her, got out of the car, looked at her, and then got in the car and fled the scene. Now, this is alleged, but Elon Musk did tweet this, and the girl is speaking about it, saying that it's Kamala Harris that did it, and that 2 men came to the hospital and threatened her family if they ever spoke. Okay? Now, I don't see a bunch of Republicans running around talking about that. But now, if this was on the other side, they would just be running with that story. Whether it was true, whether it was false, it doesn't matter. Get it? You see where I'm going with that? It's always one-sided with these Democrats. I'm sorry. Not the Republicans are any better, but they are worse.
And my question mark is simply this. If he's so dangerous to black people, why is it that his popularity is growing, particularly with black men, and Kamala Harris is falling from where it was with Joe Biden, who was white?
Well, I think part of it is because of the steady disinformation and misinformation campaign. Again, I am a critic of Kamala Harris. I'm literally watching her co-sign and underwrite as vice president and on the campaign trail a vicious genocide in Gaza. I ain't got no time to support or defend Kamala Harris on a lot of issues. I think there's a very practical and pragmatic reason to vote for her, and that is to say, I don't want Donald Trump. And I think a lot of people are making that choice, but the people who are not are often being fed misinformation, including what's just been said by my dear colleagues here and you, Piers. You cracking it up. But a lot of it is just not true.
Well,
and I'm just going to say it real fast. First, I didn't say you said it. I said what they said. So first, the question of qualification. First, Jamar said, again, she only had one job in this border. That's just not true, right? That's not the only.
That's not
true because you had more than one job. She also had the job to make 7-Eleven have no taxes for the owners. She was supposed to make Indians great again, and she also did not do that. How dare you? No, she had one job. One job. The border. Yeah, you had one job, okay? You couldn't even do that. And he's going to sit up here and lie about it. Lie about it. I mean, anybody with a half a brain can see that the border is a serious problem, okay? The minute they got in office, what did Sleepy Joe and Kamala Harris do? They put in catch and release, okay? Catch and release. That's how you handle the border, lady? No.
She was the border czar.
Vice president's lots of jobs.
And now
I'm disagreeing with the claim that she had one job, not that she didn't have that job.
She was given specific responsibility for the border. And now everyone's rushing to pretend she wasn't. The same people who literally called her the border czar on liberal shows.
I'm not disagreeing with that point.
They didn't.
Okay.
What other public job
and what
did
I'm saying
she have? Like, they kept her in the background for a reason, for a very long time.
Who's the president pro tem? Who's the president pro tem of the Senate? President pro tem of the Senate. Kamala Harris. Right. Who's the domestic policy advisor? Kamala Harris. I can name 10 things that she does other than that, but I don't want to make it about that. My point is that there's lots of reasons to.
Wait, you talk about she's a domestic policy advisor. She can't answer one question about anything. Okay? She can't answer one question about any of the things that he just named. Okay, including the border. Give me a break.
Criticize Kamala Harris, but to frame her as unqualified.
Okay,
again,
that's the fair point. She's not unqualified.
She's qualified.
Okay.
She just might think she's going to make the wrong choices. My next point that she's not black. The next point that she's not.
Guys, I need to. No, Marco, jump in. We're running out of time. Candace has to go.
Is the biggest point.
Okay, go on, make your big point quickly.
Let's talk about her blackness, please. Talk about the black experience.
Real quick. Two quick points.
Quick,
Mark, quick, because Candace has to go.
The blackness point is what's crazy here to me, right? First of all, the idea that she puts on, they're not personalities, they're codes, and black people code switch from place to place. Wait till you hear me talk to my accountant later. Wait till you hear me talk to my agent later, like, yo, why'd you put me on Piers? Just kidding. Wait till I talk to the people at the local soul food spot. They all gonna be different. Wait till I say peace to the gods and earths in New York. It's gonna be a different conversation.
Yeah, sweetheart, but you're not the president or the vice president of the United States, okay? And you're doing that behind closed doors. You're not showing up to a rally. Hey, yeah, what's up, Taraji? Hey, girl, hey, girl. Oh, this is the vice president? Oh, girl, you doing it? Hello. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? We did it, Joe. What do you want? Mindy Kaling. Oh, I know how to cook tikka masala. I can cook tikka masala. I do good tikka. I mean, give me a break, okay? This is the vice president of the United States. Okay, how many faces can she have? I mean, does she have multiple personality disorder? Is that what you're saying? Huh? Lamont? Is that what you're saying? Because clearly you have some serious issues yourself. I'm not even going to go down that path.
Black people talk differently. When someone says that's my aunt, they're not lying because they don't have shared blood. Black people call people auntie. That's fictive kinship. That is blackness. Going to Howard is a black experience. Pledging AKA is a black experience. And lastly, Jamar, for somebody who is a 5%er who believes that, and I respect your belief, but to believe that the black man is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, the father of the civilization, the God of the universe, who came from North America by himself from Saudi Arabia. You believe that person is black, but somebody who went to Howard ain't? Come on, on, bruh.
Okay, I'm going to leave the final word to Candace.
Just because she went to a school, make her black? Now she went to Howard, baby. I'm black, girl. I'm everything you want me to be. You want me to be black? I'm gonna be black. You want me to be the Minnesota? Oh no, don't you know? I can do everything too. Now maybe Kamala Harris should have gotten a job on television, but she's not too good at it, is she? Now, oh no, don't you know? You don't have iPhone anymore. I mean, what is he even talking about, okay? Like, seriously, I don't even know how Mark Lamont Hill is even in the game anymore. I mean, if anybody ever got the chance to watch him on PragerU with Candace, I mean, talk about an annihilation. He should be embarrassed to ever show up anywhere where she's at, period, after that mess.
Before we have to end, Candace, what's going to happen on November the 5th?
Well, since
3
code
weeks
switching
away.
is normal, since code switching is normal in the black community, Piers, I'm going to speak to you like this because this would be totally normal if I put on a UK accent. And it's been
I know where you get that from because you're married to a Brit.
Thank you so much.
All right, Candace, you need to work on your accent. It's more like this. You have to roll your tongue differently. If we're going to do tea time, dear, you have to do it like this. And there's no excuse because your husband is British. Come on, Candace, get better at that. I'm not letting you get away with that.
Thank you so much for having me, and I can't wait to run for president and just put on a different accent every time I speak to someone else.
Actually, she's doing it how the actual politicians do it. That's the problem. It's not any good. You get what I'm saying? It's like when Hillary comes in, hot sauce in my bag. It's like, no, Hillary, you sound ridiculous. You sound ridiculous. Even Barack Obama sounds stupid. Wait, y'all ain't black if you don't do this now. I mean, it's such a turnoff. It's such a turnoff.
That's a perfect way to end it. Lord Jamar, Mark Lamont Hill, and Candace Owens, thank you all very much indeed. I appreciate it.
Well, who do you guys think will dominate the black vote? Will it be allegedly black Kamala that has no policy, no nothing, and has shown us over the last 4 years what she's capable of, which is 0.0? Or do you think it's going to be someone who did show us for 4 years in office as president of the United States what actually can be done for the good of this country? Well, I guess we'll have to see on November 5th. I'm DiBRAVA. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.